Everyone, welcome back to our warrior analysis. Right now, 9-2. Let's do it, baby. Let's keep it coming. Let's get all that good stuff. Let's get that 12-win warrior, guys. Are you guys hyped? I know I am. Mulligan fairly easy. Keep the bomber. Look for more bombers. Keep bomber. Acquire more bombers. We get an okay hand. Slam and execute is it's worst case scenario. I kill a spider tank with that on turn 3. We'll scrap that. I just picked up heroic strike, so that's probably a better way to kill a spider tank. So we pass on turn 1, fairly straightforward. You're going to see me do kind of a odd play, especially for my playstyle. Alright, so what's going on right now? What's next turn? Next turn, if I play the bomber now, next turn is probably going to be heroic strike something. But what am I afraid of here? I'm really afraid of Stormforged Axe. If I play my bomber here and an axe kills it, I'm really going to sit around and do nothing. Whereas I'm thinking, I mean, next turn I can just play the bomber and execute whatever the bomber is, or just heroic strike something out of the way. So I'm gonna armor and pass, which is like very, 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 very much unlike me. But in this deck, I mean, look at our hand. Our hand looks, oh sorry. Our hand looks so situational. I've got 2 heroic strikes, a slam, and an execute. I've only got 1 minion, so I don't want to throw it away on like the easiest kill for him possible. It just feels wrong for me to throw away the only minion right now when I have so many answers in the hand. I want to draw out a minion from him. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work, and he's going to use his hero power himself, but so far, so good. Korkon Elite makes me feel a lot better about throwing in the bomber now. Korkon Elite will allow us to have a turn 4 that doesn't consist of just heroic strikes. Sorry, guys. So I feel like our opponent makes a really cool decision here. He's thinking about playing something, you know, a 3-drop, but then he puts a card away, opts to coin out a 4-drop. But not just any 4-drop, he's going to play a Silvermoon Guardian. Now, Silvermoon Guardian, as you guys know, 3/3 Divine Shield, is quite the counter to a Dead Spite. So I feel like our opponent's playing on a high level here, and he's playing around the Dead Spites by playing the Divine Shield minion. Now, little does he know that I've got Slam in my hand, so we can just use the Slam, knock the shield off, Heroic Strike, kill his dude, and then kill the totem with the bomber. So that's really not so bad for us. But I mean, it's a good effort by him. I feel like he really played nicely around the Dead Spite. The Dead Spite is a fairly frequent turn 4 play by the warrior, so yeah, kudos to him. And unfortunately, he just played around the right card, and I had kind of an oddball. Slam heroic strike is not generally something you can play around. All right, so he plays a Fireguard Destroyer, which is really good for us here. You might think like, wow, Shady, why is it good? He rolled a 7/6, fucking overpowered, right? Well, I mean, we can just play the Weaponsmith, hit it with our face, and then execute it. You might also think like, what? 7 to the face? No way, you're joking. It's like, no, I mean, health early game is irrelevant, at least for us. For him, it's pretty relevant because we play a really aggressive deck. But early game health, I mean, I'm really not fussed. So for me, this was the best play for board control, so it's easy for me to do that play. So here we go. Pulls a Rockbiter and a Bluegill out, and he's able to clear the board, which, I mean, we don't really hate the board being cleared, but we'd much rather have him play stuff which we can interact with. For me, the only play available is a Siege Engine. I mean, he didn't overload himself now, so he could play a Fire Rally if he wants to. And if we play a Korkron Elite, he could just fireball the Korkron Elite. If we play the Axe Flinger, why would we play the 2/5? We can play a 5/5. So playing the Siege Engine is the only viable play for me. We'll see how our opponent responds to it. He could Hex it. He could Fire Rally it, bring it down, but I mean, that makes no sense. So I feel like a Hex is fairly likely. If he doesn't Hex this, I don't think he has it. Unless he has like just a really good minion to play into it. So he's really debating his plays here. Okay, so he's gonna roll a totem. That makes me think, you know, single target removal like Krakow, yeah. So Krakow's our minion. I feel like he doesn't have a Hex because he would have hexed and played a ship's cannon. So I feel like it's kind of a read that he doesn't have what's necessary to defeat our. Sorry, he doesn't have the Hex. Awkward hand, really awkward hand. I think that we use the core crown to kill the ship's cannon no matter what. And then we can see. You could arcane golem him to the face and use your face to kill the totem. I think that's what I would do right now, but I think that in the recording I didn't kill the spell power totem, which I think is wrong. I think, you know, I've got 2 damage in my hand, totem has 2 HP. I'm already connecting for 4 here. I don't think I should be super cheap here, playing around the Flame Tongue totem or an Argus or whatever. I mean, even a abusive sergeant allows him to kill my arcane golem, so I don't really like that. Also, I had no problem with ramping him here, because if he did have a fire rally, he would only have 1 mana left due to the crackle, so he wouldn't even be able to hero power, so it's all good. So I didn't get punished for my greedy play, which, you know, it's a good start. There's a couple plays available here. I would start with a Battle Rage right now, because it feels like we're going to Heroic Strike no matter what, to kill off his dude. It feels fairly complicated, but once again, 2 mana, draw 2 cards, that's alright. It's a cheap Arcane Intellect. And at this stage of the game, I think it's fairly fine. Okay, a couple of interesting decisions here. We can play the commander, and we can use our face to kill off his fire rally, or we can use a second Corcoran elite and then equip the heroic strike, use our face to kill the fire rally, go face for 8. And last but not least, we can play the axe flinger, heroic strike, face for 4. We could kill the totem, but I'm not a huge fan right now, because he showed that he didn't have anything to punish us with, and 4 face damage is a lot more than missing out on 2. I don't think I hate the Axe-Flinger play. I think the Axe-Flinger play, you develop your slow card on a slow moment. I think that's fine, because we're going to be able to clear his board fairly easily, and you keep all your chargers in the hand, which gives you more reach later on. The Axe-Flinger just sets up for like damage over time. Being able to damage him twice over 2 turns will deal 4 damage charge anyway, so there we go. Busting out our secret weapon, and then we kill his fire rally. We do want to win the race in the end, so we can't have that 6 damage bashing down on us. We can't have that one-shot our Axe Flinger. So we throw 6 damage into a fire rally. We could have put him down to 10 HP. It was definitely an option. We could have also just played Corcoran face, bring him down to 12. Next turn have another 8 with Argent Commander. But he would have cleared our board somewhat, yeah. It wouldn't have been pretty. So I'm actually really happy we went for the Axe Flinger play, because now the Axe Flinger can have the easy kill on the Argent Commander. We also have synergy with the Mad Bomber, because the Mad Bomber can hit our Axe Flinger, and then we have more axes. I think everything starts with playing the Mad Bomber. I think I want as many targets on his board as possible, because I don't think we need to play our charge minions. I think it's better to just use the Mad Bomber and the Arathi Weaponsmith this turn, and the next turn charge him for 8. So yeah, the Bomber does something pretty awesome. It kills this guy. I don't think we needed that, but it definitely doesn't hurt. That means we can clear his board here, because right now what goes through my mind is like, Bloodlust. Bloodlust adds 6 damage here. He really doesn't need that much damage then to finish this off, and we are in such good, we are in such good shape now that the Bomber killed this guy. There's really no reason to start playing it a bit more risky. So there we go, clearing his entire board. I love to play Shaman, and I know how annoying it is when the opponent just keeps clearing your totems. It's relentless of keep clearing the totems. So our opponent plays a Crusher, but as we said, we had lethal anyway by playing our 2 charge minions. So there we go, guys. Pew, pew, pew. Chargers on the board. Damage. And we finish it in style, of course, with an axe to the face. Hiya! Alright, GG well played, guys. 10 and 2. 2 more wins for 12. Let's see if we can make them some good games. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and thanks so much for watching.